Hello, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another dueling video. I am almost finished with the legendary duelists. I just have 2 more. Alright. Hold on. Yeah, Alexis is here. Although it has been a while since she spawned, so I'm not too surprised. Alright, so I hope I don't lose this video. But, you know, I'm kind of asking for it. I mean, really, but just let me do this. Will the weather allow that? Please, I want the stars to be aligned for me to not lose this. I mean, this video in its entirety. And because obviously I seem to have a problem. I don't really care about being in character whenever I'm playing as anyone, but I swear, if there is any way to just not be too in character, I think that would be great. I don't know. I think Jaden would continue dueling even in the middle of a thunderstorm. Even if he could potentially get disconnected. I mean, the Supreme King is a different story because, well, we're going to ignore that because I don't know how to respond. I still don't really get it. I can't rationalize it. From a past life thing, yeah, you don't really always share the same personality you had in a past life, but I'm kind of lost. Okay, I need another monster that I can summon. Yeah, specifically, I have to be able to summon it. I must summon things. Oh shit. I use bottomless trap hole, which is super generic, but I mean, this is back when the game still made plenty of sense. You know, before a school could be argued to be needed. I mean, I don't think you need to go to a dueling school to know how to duel, because obviously this game wouldn't exist if that was true. But I still just, it's possible, it's realistic, it's not going to happen, but there's nothing that says it won't. It's just not going to happen because well, we don't have any reason to have schools for dueling. But if we wanted to make courses for it, it's pretty easy to do. Because there are so many complications when it comes to this game, that now that it's so big and so complicated, you can make actual courses for it. And now obviously no one is going to do that because no one has that kind of time, and who wants to do it? Pretty much no one. I think they just rather duel and be done with it. They don't really care about professional or studying how to do it better. But you know, I'd be very interested in going to a school that specializes in dueling. I mean, obviously, I don't really think I should go to one, but if I did, I think that I would be better at playing this game. I mean, if I was educated, I'd be less dumb. I believe that this is a game where I'd benefit from a bit of teaching. Okay, level 20, Sorrow. Oh god. You know, I typed that in. Wait a minute, should I say this? I just, sometimes I double check what I say just to make sure I still remember definitions. Why do I do this? Well, because I'm obsessed with making sure I know what I'm saying. And also, I'm just like, what if I forget what something means? What if I forget? Because I never know for sure if I'll remember or not. There's just so much going on. It's complicated, and things have become more complicated since I started playing this game. Why? I don't know. My brain isn't asking me for consent for anything. Alright, now I'm going to be completely honest. I really just, I have to win. I don't like showing mercy here, you know? Also, I don't really feel like losing just because I don't really want to... Dude, listen. Mediocrity is not an acceptable standard for anything that I do. That doesn't really convince anyone, does it? Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't want it to be. Mediocrity is not acceptable. If I want to be successful in life, this is not how I do it. Making constant misplays? Hell no, I have to know what I'm doing. How do I learn that, though? And that's why I think I benefit from being taught how to duel better. But also, it's kind of annoying if it's just over a microphone or something. Like, over voice chat, I'm just like, there's a time limit. There's a timer. Yeah, it's gonna be very hard to teach me anything when there's a timer. Oh my god. I want to apologize, but also I really can't because there is legitimately a timer if you want to, it's impossible, you see, to teach me much of anything when there's a timer. Because I really take my time when learning anything. And there's no evidence, there's no further explanation than all the time I've already spent on this game. Alright, and I win. Although, because I'm Jaden, Yubel wouldn't say that my skills are mediocre. They only say my skills are mediocre if I'm not Jaden. But that's not why I keep dueling them as Jaden. I keep doing that because, well, I just dueled Alexis as Jaden. So, what do you think my explanation there is? I wouldn't know. It's faster this way. Also, I think it's better like this. I think it's better like this. Yeah, that makes me look so bad. That can be interpreted in any number of ways, and none of them are good. Okay, let's continue. I am not done with Zone tonight, but honestly, I wonder how many assist duels I'll have to do. And again, you know, I think I have a ship. I'm not going to tell you the ship, but I think I have one. I think I have a few, actually. But sometimes I'm just like, should I really be shipping too much? I mean, what about my own characters? Like, shouldn't I think about them? I mean, the ones that won't get me sued if I write them. I mean, you aren't going to get sued for writing fanfiction, but I do have to be careful. Because just because I like characters doesn't mean I can just write them into a story and expect that to be okay. No, you have to comply with laws. I had to comply with laws too. I should not break them. I should not break it. Okay, increase level by 1. Okay, I do remember exactly what I'm doing, right? Well, I hope that I draw the right card, but, you know, to be fair... no. You think I don't know what I'm doing? So, sometimes I don't, but I can learn. I've proven it, although I don't always prove it very well, but we're going to... Wait a minute, hold on. Did I really just... I allowed myself to do that, dear God. He doesn't have many life points, though, so maybe it's possible that this will work out. Because, again, he doesn't have many life points, so I will see how this goes. It is a problem, but it may not be as big of an issue as I think. Just as long as I keep attacking him. And I don't freak out. Because freaking out doesn't win. It doesn't win you anything except defeat. Okay, I see how many life points he has, and I am no longer concerned. Oh my god. Well, Zone, show me. Oh, I see. Well, it's my turn now. Alright. Well, I'm going to attack you. It's going to be painful for you, but who cares? I'm opposing you, Zone. I mean, I know you realize this, and it's obvious, but sometimes I feel like you just need to be told again. You don't really seem to understand basic English. I'm not sure you understand basic Japanese either, you know? So just going to say that. I don't think you understand basic Japanese. And you can hate me for saying that, but Zone, what are you going to do about it? Nothing. You're going to do nothing because you can't. You want to so badly, but you can't. You can't do shit. And sure, you hate it, but no. I get to win these duels because I am the protagonist. I mean, not the actual protagonist. Obviously, I'm a different person, but my active character is the protagonist. Okay, I see. Well, you summoned that tribute, so now you're open for a direct attack. What did you think was going to happen? You're defeated. I mean, I'm surprised I beat you considering how things have gone. But I took out your life points because you didn't have very many. And I considered this could be I considered I could win that, only because of how little life points you had. It didn't seem impossible, so I tried, and I was successful. That's very good for me, but I also have 3 more assist duels to complete. Alright, I'm assist dueling again. And now I have 3 more. Unless, of course, I just said that. But I also know that I think I just said I have more. I don't think I said how many. So I think I'm good there. But what if the video ends up being so long, I had to make another one? I would. Obviously that's not really a good idea. But I'm not really made of good ideas. I mean, let's just be honest. I'm kind of a disaster. I'm an adult, but I feel like a disaster at all times. I don't even feel like I'm much of an adult, even though I'm clearly not that immature. I mean, yeah, I have my moments, but so does Dr. Crowler. So, just saying. And why does that matter? Well, because Dr. Crowler is older than me. And even... He's older than me, and not even I would... It's not professional to try getting a student expelled. I know Dr. Crowler got better, but not professional Dr. Crowler, not professional. So yeah, he had his moments. And now if you want to know what made me stop talking there, it's, well, I'm not joking when I say that I'm spiritual and I deal with some weird shit. Like, there's a lot going on within my body that I have to adapt to, and one of those is called breathe. Yeah, it's a very simple, recommendation. It's a very simple requirement, but you see, not many people know how to truly, actually breathe. And it's very difficult to explain what that means, but basically, I've learned what that means by being forced to. Yeah, and I can't really explain it. It's something you have to learn for yourself. Oh my god. Kind of like this game sometimes. You just have to learn it for yourself. You don't get help, you just have to learn it yourself. That's not entirely true, though. This game does kind of help you a little bit, but I don't think it does a good job. I have gotten better, but that really does... I mean, that's just because I've played this game before. Like, when I returned to the game, I had to learn things, but I also had to learn how the game had changed since I left it. And because there are worlds, there are missions, I didn't understand all of the stuff that had been added. So I had to not only relearn how to play this game, I had to relearn gameplay and just basic shit. I had to learn basic shit, and obviously, I have learned a lot, but apparently I'm still making the misplays, and I should stop, but for some reason I haven't. I mean, I don't really feel bad that I'm doing that, but it's certainly not helping me. You know, how am I planning to summon the big boss monster that I feel like I want to summon? Well, first off, I have to make sure I have the summoning requirements in my brain. Like, do I understand how to summon it? Apparently, I didn't understand the skill that summoned it. That just made me look dumb. But, I mean, if I don't understand something, I mean, there's a good reason for that. I probably didn't read. But if I did read, then there's a chance I could forget within the span of me learning that and me pressing the start button. Yeah, that's a thing. It really doesn't have to be, but okay, sure, it is. I need a certain amount of dragon types in the graveyard in order to use a skill. And now I'm going to be completely blunt. That's not very difficult. That's not hard. It's absolutely very easy, and the game makes it easy, but I just tried to summon it without this skill, and I thought I could do that because I saw it in my extra deck. But maybe it wasn't actually there. Maybe I could only summon it with a skill, and that's it. Like, I would have to actually remove the speed counters to summon it. Maybe that's part of the requirements for summoning it, using those speed counters. At least until it's officially added and I can pull for it. Apparently, I have added myself as being willing to pull for it. I also did this in a past video. A video that I recorded tonight, apparently. I'm not sure why I'm still recording, but I have been known to do things like this in the past. I'm just surprised I'm doing it again. I thought I had more self-restraint, but apparently I don't. Alright, so... what am I going to do after this one? I mean, I could make the video longer than it should be, closer to like 30 minutes. But this still might bring this video up to that long. It really depends. I think I only have one assist left after this, but we'll see. We'll see, because it's not like I'm paying attention. Yeah, I don't know how I autopilot at all. Because I'm talking about how it's hard to autopilot these complicated decks, but most players are probably like, what are you talking about? You just memorize and practice combos. How's that hard? How? Oh god, well, you guys have a normal memory and I don't. You guys have normal brains and I don't. Although you guys might have something that isn't as normal about your brain, it's obviously, there's nothing wrong with your memory. If you're going to tell me that memorizing combos is not very difficult. I mean, you may think that it's easy, but I think we can all agree that I'm not one of the best players when it comes to this game. Is that a bad thing? No. To be one of the best players in the game, you'll have to spend thousands of dollars per month. I'm not sure if that's an exaggeration, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's true. I'm just like, being meta just isn't worth it. I say as Crow would like to remind me of the amount of money I've spent on a deck this month. Well, I've already explained myself on that one, Crow. The system in this country just sucks. I mean, I didn't want to spend all of that money because, honestly, I felt like it was irresponsible, but also, I didn't want Social Security just getting ideas. I mean, also, my main complaint is they don't care about what makes me happy. And if I'm supposed to, okay, then do things that make me happy with the money that they're giving me right now. That is the solution. And I'm not sure why exactly I didn't think of this sooner, but it did take me a while to come up with that. For some reason. I mean, again, we just don't know why. I mean, it does boil down to the fact that my brain is not functioning like yours. And even if you have some of the same things I do in terms of diagnoses, that doesn't mean it's going to manifest like mine does. Like, for example, maybe you have crippling depression, but you're somehow still able to work and somehow get coverage for your medication. I mean, obviously, if this is your position, I assume you're not American. And you could also have autism, but I don't really think that's a bad thing. It can make things complicated, yes, but that's society's fault, not yours and not mine. That's a social problem, not a personal one. I mean, they shouldn't be thinking that having autism is a bad thing to begin with. I mean, again, it can complicate things, but it's not like having anhedonia or crippling depression and anxiety. It's not like having post-traumatic stress disorder, which I don't have. But, I mean, nothing is stopping me from developing PTSD. I mean, really, that's something you can develop at any point in your life. But I don't want to develop it, so America, please don't. Because if I do get it, it will be your fault. Yes, I will be blaming the people in power for any diagnoses I receive in the future. Depression, not their fault. Anxiety, not their fault. Anhedonia, unfortunately, not their fault. But they did speed up the development on that one. And me having autism, well, I don't even think that's a bad thing. I don't even list that as one of the things that gives my life. I don't struggle because I have autism. And now, does it give me some hardships? Maybe a bit. Like, it might be responsible for some of my weird quirks, my eating disorder, a number of things, but by itself, it's not bad. And the fact that some people demonize it, I'm just like, stop. Stop. That's not good. No, stop. You're cringe. You're cringe. But in any case, it's quite possible to have the same problems I do to an extent, and you're still functioning just fine. But yeah, I have crippling depression to such an extent that I very much, well, I have to do what I have to do, basically. And I still need medication, and Social Security cannot change that. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap things up for this video. And in the next video, I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I need one more assist duel to be completed. Does it need to be on screen? Well, not necessarily, but will it be? Yes. So, give me a second to prepare the next video.